Okay, so a lot of you are complimentary of the shape that I was in when I was 23. I posted up a couple of pictures. Wouldn't have usually done it, but because it was such a significant time in my life and great memories and some bad memories as well, and I was in fantastic shape. And I know it will motivate a lot of people. And some of you might feel motivated to get your old pictures out, right? We've all got our old pictures. So a couple of people asked me questions like the reactions were, "Oh my God, John, I didn't know you was in that shape. Like, what happened?" I'm assuming what you mean is, how did like, how comes I don't look like that now, right? And I'll tell you the reason why. The reason why is because basically I fell in love. It's called life. Life happened to me. So I fell in love with a girl at that time after I was in shape. And then I started teaching, I started coaching you guys, and that was my passion. And then I built a successful business. So it wasn't an overnight thing. So, of course, live and learn. None of us are perfect. We all make mistakes. So, what happened to me was obviously when I reached all my goals, which my goals, my goals in my early 20s were these were the goals that I wanted. I wanted to get in shape. I wanted to get a girlfriend and fall in love. I wanted to get a full-time job, make some money, doing what I love. And I also, within all those goals, I wanted to overcome my social anxiety and start going out meeting people, right? So they were all the goals I had. So I set out and I took action on all those areas. Obviously, it didn't happen overnight. And eventually I succeeded in all those areas. I got a girlfriend, I fell in love, I got in shape, I got over my social anxiety. I got a job. Well, I created my own job, which was amazing. Got paid to do something I love, and I did public speaking. So you don't realize, but like there's that term, you become civilized. So I stopped working out because I was in love. I achieved everything. And obviously it didn't occur to me that it was going to catch up with me, right? Because you can't know everything. So this didn't happen overnight, nor did success. So it was an accumulation of, being busy, being in love, obviously running a full-time business, coaching, doing events, and enjoying that life. And then obviously when everything came crashing down, which it usually does at some point in the journey of success. I've studied successful people. I'm obsessed with it. I've studied it in so many different areas, men, women, and I see there's usually a point where people go through what I went through, where they build themselves up with good habits and positivity and help people when they become successful. It can go to their head a little bit, the fame, success, that's human nature, some more than others. And then some people, it's not their fault. Certain things happen with me. Well, my fault, I had a mental health breakdown, and then you lose it all. Your relationships kind of deteriorate. Everything does. So basically, being complacent with success is how I went from looking the way I did in my 20s, which was I was ripped to the bone, and then obviously getting out of shape. So that's why I've been motivated, and now I'm getting back in shape. Now, obviously, I'm in good shape now from where I was a couple of years ago, but I'm nowhere close to the shape obviously I was in when I was in my 20s. But I believe I can get back there, and maybe I can even surpass it, right? Let's see. That's not my main goal, but that is one of my goals. So that's what happened when you guys asked me. Sometimes in order to reach one goal, you've got to just dedicate yourself to that, and you can't let other things get in the way. So when I was training, that's all that mattered to me. Obviously, when within reason, obviously, most important things, family, health, faith. But outside of that, that's all I lived and breathed for. Weight training, protein, sleep, train, protein, sleep, spending time with my friends that did bodybuilding and training. That's all I did. So when I succeeded with that, then it was like, I need to get a girlfriend. I want to, build a business. I want to help people. I want to teach. And then that's all I did. I just coached, I teached, I dedicated myself in that area of dating, confidence, relationships. So obviously now some of my goals are new. Most of my goals are to educate people more on this channel and make a bigger impact, not just in the dating area, which I'm still doing, but in other areas. So anyway, a side note, one of the messages I want to share today, I was thinking about this, and it sounds easy, but all of you struggle with it. Most of you do, and at some point we all do. What I've come to realize is what everyone needs to do on this channel and people need to do is they need to go out and make a commitment and say, right, that is enough. No more excuses. And you need to take action on all your fears and all your anxieties. And I'm not just talking about speaking to women. That's one of them. That's not all of them. There's a lot more you've got than that, believe me. You got to take action on your life, all areas, finances, health, responsibilities, especially around the fear of what other people think. When you fully take action, you commit. Because the fear is, I'm scared that something bad's going to happen to me. But it doesn't usually happen. Good things will happen. And you'll be surprised, the force, the strength within every person who really... Now, let me explain something. Because again, people don't always understand what I mean. Taking action doesn't mean you just take action next week. And then when it goes well, you say, I did it. You have to keep doing it. And you have to take action when you fail. You have to take action when there's critics, when there's trolls, when you're not getting the results that you want. And it's that continuation of day in, day out, week in, week out, year in, year out. That's what takes you to a fantastic place. And that's how you can be successful in any area. That goes for getting in shape, diet, getting over social anxiety, attracting a woman, building a business, fixing yourself, overcoming insecurities, building whatever. It's the same methodology. But people struggle with it because people are so scared of fear. They're so scared of anxiety. They're so scared of growing. They're so scared of failure. They're so scared of judgment. They're so scared of confrontation. All these fears are the obstacles that are in your way. Excuses. Oh, I don't feel like it. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I didn't see. All these things. So taking action requires a hell of a lot of mental strength and discipline. Because in our minds, we have so much going on. And it takes a lot of focus to go, right, I've got 20 things going on. I got, like with me, I got pest control. I got bills. I got challenges in my relationships. I got so many things. I need to move. I need to travel. I need to work on so many things to do. But to be able to say, right, that's it, right? With everything that's going on, full focus on what I want to achieve. And for me, I wanted to achieve mastery over fear and anxiety. That was my whole journey, still continues. So once I did that and succeeded over a 10-year period in various different areas of my life, not just dating, because people love to just magnetize that of what I'd done. That's just one area. There was other areas, business, getting fit, speaking up, speaking out, motivating, inspiring, interviews, podcast shows, YouTube, events, traveling. I did it all. I've done it all. So I know what it takes, and I know all the excuses because I've made all the excuses. I've seen all the excuses, and I've coached hundreds of people. So that's why it's quite hard. It's quite hard to BS me and to, because I've seen it all before. I've heard all the excuses and I've helped people through it. So I always say it, anyone can do it, but not everybody will do it. They won't go through with it. They won't, because when you're about to do it, the fears kick in, the voices kick in. And then a common one is whether people admit this or not, it comes up in your head. It's like, oh my God, what will the critics do to me? What will the trolls do? They'll attack me. People scared of that. But you can't be afraid of that. You got to stand up to that. And I've found from when I was younger around my area, some of the worst bullies that bullied and intimidated people, and they bullied me for a certain time. Once I stood up to them, there was nothing to be scared of. They were very weak. They got terrified. Bullies get afraid when you stand up to them, but you've got to fully stand up to them. So fear's no different in the sense that an external bully emotionally is exactly the same as an internal bully. So you've got to stand up to your own voices, your demons and your fears, and potentially the outside world. Obviously, especially with the world we live in today, where everyone likes to criticize people. I'm not saying everyone, right? I know a lot of you are good people, but generally people like hating people for no apparent reason, just because they're miserable and just because they have a platform now. So you've got to deal with that as well. So I had to deal with that when I started, but I was willing to go all out. It was worth it. And now I've gone through it. It was worth it. It was amazing. And, I'm going through it again and helping people through it. So I know I went on a big tangent there, but all the pieces come together, and the training does help for the mental strength. I believe it's like you have to do a run up and you've got to jump over something high metaphorically, or you've got to climb a mountain. When you're training, you're getting your mind right. You're gearing your mind up to take that run up, or to jump in the deep end, metaphorically speaking, or to get out on stage. It's behind the scenes, the preparation that you do. And every single video that I do, whether it's about dating, social anxiety, confidence, fearlessness, addiction, training, mindset, money, honesty, all of it, it's really the same message in different areas, and it's take action. Take action. Take action when you don't feel like it. Take action when you feel scruffy, when you don't feel you're most attractive. Take action when you feel self-doubt. That's how I got there, and the strength that you gain. And yeah, sometimes you take action, you make progress, and you get knocked down again. You got to get back up again. You got to go for it again. And it's that dedication, it's that courage, that heart, that discipline that gets you from where you don't want to be to where you want to be. And that's my message on this channel, with everything that I do, with pretty much everything that I say. But it's always fascinates me, for all of us, it's an ongoing challenge. People know this. Like, there's nothing that I'm saying pretty much in every video that you don't already know. But it's fascinating that people still can't do it. They know what to do. They know what not to do. They know what they need to do. But there is a stubbornness, there is a resistance. Yeah, people call it ego. Yeah, that's a description for it. Human nature. Yeah, another one that I quite like is that our brains are designed to keep us safe, not happy. That as well. People use other terms like defense mechanisms. Yeah, that's correct. That's another description for the same thing. It's all fear and anxiety. It's the fear of facing it. It's the fear of moving. And it's easier to procrastinate. Another fancy term that people use is kind of like a politically correct term for basically being a coward. Procrastination is cowardly. It's just another fancy word. So you've got to get to a point where you've had enough of having enough, and that's when you start taking action. And it's a way of living, really. So that's what made me successful. That's what got me out of the bad place that I was in numerous times. And these are tools that I have forever that I will always use. And so, it's the guts to do it. And, some people get stuck in the trap that they find the courage, which is great, whether it's through my videos or through my actual coaching online or in person, or through their friend or however they find it. But then they're not able to go back to that place again. So basically they become brave today on Saturday. They face what they need to face. Great, they get growth. Monday, Tuesday comes, they fall apart with fear again. They can't find it again. They can't get the courage again. The mentality gets weak. The discipline, the self-doubt kicks in. So it really is, you have to have the stamina. And I hit that peak of momentum, through those years where I just was relentless. It sounds cheesy and it sounds a bit dramatic, but it's true. When the samurai say that they've accepted death, they have to accept death, because they can't live as a samurai if they don't accept death. And that's kind of what I did. I accepted identity death, being whoever judges me, criticism comes, whatever comes my way, all out. And I mean that in a healthy way. I don't mean to harm any other person, no, but I mean being fearless, facing everything, living your dreams. And I told all of you this, I'm going to keep saying it. Every single area that I took action on to begin with, I failed in numerous times. I failed with the fitness, with the dating, with the relationships, with the finances, with the business, with the YouTube, with the events, with clients. I failed in every area. But the difference was I didn't quit. I just got more hungry, and I got stronger and stronger. The failures actually started giving me confidence. It's very liberating and freeing, because most people are not free. They're not free. They're trapped in their fears and the opinions of others, and they get stuck in this rut. That's why every day feels the same. So you've got to break out of it. You've got to do it every single day, pretty much. Of course, you can have a day here and there, on and off. So this is my story again. I'm reciting it, maybe in a different way. It's the story of a guy who was terrified, had fear and anxiety in every area of his life, had doubt, had mental health challenges, depression, insecurities, trauma, had all that. And it's about a guy that went, right, enough is enough. I can't do this anymore. I can't live like this. I just can't do it. I refuse. And I took action. And for every action I took, my courage started to increase, my confidence. And then obviously, eventually, when you become successful, you proved it. So it was a process for me. And it wasn't just a straight line. It went up, down, it worked out, it didn't work out. My business was like that. It went up, it went down. It went up, it went down. My dating life, up, down, up, down, up. But eventually, the ups and boom, boom, you hit the peak. And it just, boom, you make it. Every area. Anyone can do it, but it takes a lot, all right? So that's it, fillers.